Hey, man, man, you already know what I'm finna say, man. Hey, it's Gatsu, the reluctant YouTuber, aka the Grand Ambassador, Flesh Dynasty, here to lace your brain with some of this incredible and glorious game once again, man. And what I come to push is the glow. To reach that upper level, your mind, body, and soul must be one. You dig? So, what I want to talk about tonight is, or today, this evening is this Papoose Remy Ma situation, man. Yo, it's crazy. I'm running late to the party, even though I've been watching. You know what I'm saying? Like I just told you, I'm the reluctant YouTuber. I normally don't even like doing stuff like this, but when God call you, you gotta pick up the phone. You know what I'm saying? Eventually. So whatever you resist, persist. So, but what I want to talk about is how crazy this story is, because when I first heard about it years ago, I was like, yo, is this real? I'm thinking like this ain't even real. I'm thinking this, I don't think they would stoop this low to put out controversy to promote her newly battle rap league of Chrome 23. So, I'm not knowing. I'm just thinking. I'm like, dang, this is real. When they say Pap just came up and, you know what I mean, hit him with that two-piece extra crispy with coleslaw and knocked him out. And then the battle rapper started rapping about it in front of Remy. She, going along with it. Come to find out, it was true. They kept rapping about it. So I basically was like, there's some validity to it. But one thing about Pap, he stayed quiet. He didn't say nothing. A lot of people, some people I've seen are outing Pap for speaking out, on this situation and airing this situation out. Now, this recently happened because Clarissa Shield was on Breakfast Club, talking, talking about her career and all of that stuff, and a little bit side things about what's going on a little bit. But to be honest with you, I didn't hear nothing disrespectful that she said to Rem, you know what I mean? And I love Rem. I like Rem, you know what I'm saying? I think she's a pretty girl, whatever. But I didn't hear nothing disrespectful that Clarissa said to her, you know what I'm saying? Or about her, But Rem just decided that, hey, yo, your girl keep talking about me. It's already out here anyway. Now I'm gonna drag you. She actually said that. She said she gonna drag Pap. You know what I'm saying? So she drags Pap, sitting with Easy on the side. So, yo, this is crazy, yo. So I'm watching. I'm like, damn, this is kind of crazy. So at some point or another, she brought up their children, and Pap was like, nah, you violate. I ain't gonna let you spin the narrative on my children. Yo, then he aired it out. He aired it out, bro. And yo, look, me on the outside looking in, I knew who was running the show. No disrespect to Pat, man. I knew that Black Love was primarily his thing. But I didn't really get that vibe from Rem. Because when Remy was going to jail, she told him, like, look, if you need to feel like you got to go hit something off, with another female, I know the rules, how it go. When niggas go to jail, you know what I'm saying? Or, do your thing. When I heard that, I was like, yo. I was like, nah, bro. I think he's more into her more than she is into him. And that black love thing was more so, you know, his vibration, his situation, and which is cool. It's commendable. He held her down. You know what I'm saying? You know, gets out, supports her, and all of that. To me, his character is official, and I heard some people calling him a cornball. Look, he's not a cornball. He's not a cornball for holding down his lady. My opinion, I just think he's too loyal. He's loyal to a fault, to where I haven't seen no. He was loyal to the. He was loyal to a fault. You feel me? He was like this. There needed to be. I don't think he was informed and educated like a lot of us black men are not informed and educated how we should conduct ourselves in a relationship due to the lack of not having a father figure. You dig? Or no one to give us some, you know, uncommon and unheard, rarely heard information. Now, with that being said, a lot of us are married to a particular idea of how we interact with women in a relationship. Now, me, some of us been born with a certain thing when it come to dealing with women. You know what I'm saying? And they tolerating a lot of stuff, and his tolerance level was way up here, like beyond. Nothing. I could have never tolerated the stuff that he went through. Cheating on him, you know what I mean? I can't say that all the way because, you know, I've had that happen to me, but normally I was on the side of the antagonist. You know what I'm saying? In the movie, I'll be the antagonist. I was mostly considered the villain. Lying, cheating, being deceitful. That's what I was doing when I didn't have the information. I didn't know that particular behavior was completely unmanly. That was unmanly behavior. When as a man and you feel like you gotta lie to a woman, you have diminished and minimized your status and status as a man, and you have violated the tenets of manhood. I was not aware of that until, you know, when God comes back and it's harvest time and it's time to reap with it that which you have sown. You in trouble. And I'm not proud of that behavior, being a liar and a cheater, deceiver, heartbreaker. No, that's lame. If you gotta lie to a woman, you're lame. You know what I'm saying? That is whack. Now, on the flip side, you know, he's not like how I was. You know what I'm saying? He appeared to be very, very loyal. But there's one piece of information that he didn't really know. You know what I'm saying? Or wasn't made aware of, like I was made aware of when I was being chastised by God. The Most High sat me down, took everything away from me, you know what I'm saying, for my behavior, rightfully so. Man. And I had to be accountable for my behavior. But I had to learn the tenets of manhood and create boundaries. But I ain't gonna lie, there were certain things I was born with, like, to be straight up and down, like, girl, look, I ain't never, maybe only a few women that, you know, that maybe If only one probably got me coochie whipped the one time, but that was like I got over that quick. I've always had a different type of mentality. Some may say a pimp's mentality. I always have had that. Like, you not finna violate and you not finna. I subconsciously, I was like, I can do it, but you can't do it. You know what I mean? You can't do it. And that's wrong. That's wrong. But at the same time, no. He was opposite of me. He was on the other side. He was the recipient of the victimization of a girl, of a woman doing that to him. And he putting up with it. You know what I mean? So, nah, bro. We ain't putting up with that. No, he's not a cornball. He, you know what I mean? He's not a sucker, and to a degree where you gonna play with him on a physical level, being a man. Now, if you could say he's loyal to a fault, or a sucker for love, or I wouldn't even say that. I just say that he's married to a particular ideology when it comes to interacting with women. He never had nobody sit down and lace him and give him the game. You know what I'm saying? Pertaining to that lane when you're dealing with women. So what I've learned, and I've got a lot of research, I got a lot of information, called the game, you know what I'm saying? To where I learned one of the most valuable things, and I learned this watching a video, but I kind of operated it in this already. Majority of the women that I dealt with, they always liked me more than I liked them. Don't mean I didn't like them a lot, but they were more into me than I was into them. And I learned that it should be like that when it pertaining to a man. And I could prove that later on. Because that's why I knew black love was his thing. You know what I'm saying? So all you young players and you young fellas out there, you young men out there, I got my motto from a pimp named Johnny, I think it's Johnny Dollar. He was on Soft White Underbelly, and this for Pap. If Pap ever gets wind of this, even going forward, even with Clarissa, because even Clarissa seems like she's more into you than you are into her, but that don't mean y'all not into each other like that. It's just a balance of power and how a balance of order and how it should be. You know what I'm saying? It should be that way. Because if it's the other way around, it's out of order. Because she's supposed to be into you. Because you are the leader. You are the initiator. You are going to navigate and guide the relationship of where it's supposed to go. Being the head, being the head of the relationship. And the number one, and I place this above love. I put respect above love. Most of the women that I deal with, other than, when I wasn't doing things worthy of being respected, like lying, cheating, you know what I'm saying, and fabrication and not being authentic, not being real, you ain't supposed to respect a man that conduct himself in that behavior. He's going to reap what he have sown. And so that's the bottom line. That's how that's going to go. But I put respect even above love, because I've known women that love other men, but they respected me. That is not a theory. That is real. You know what I'm saying? That really happened in my life, where I began to implement the information that I was receiving. And Johnny Dollar put it like this: always go with the girl. Go with the girl that like you, not the girl you like. So I heard that and I created this. And this is game in order for you to glow. Because that's my ministry in chemistry, is with this. I'm here to teach the glow. I'm a big fan of the Last Dragon, and I took that theme to be my message here on YouTube. Being a reluctant YouTuber, it's the glow. My cousin Kia is the only one. Me and Kia rock with the Last Dragon. We are. They say it's a cult classic. I'm part of the cult. You know what I'm saying? So I heard what Pimp Johnny Dollar said. Be with the girl that like you, not the one you like, and I changed it around and said, how did I put it? I put it like, be with the girl, be with the girl that like you, not the girl that you like. Cause the girl that like you will fight for you. The girl that you like will fight you. Why? Because the girl that you like is not like the girl that likes you. Let me repeat it again. The girl that likes you will fight for you. The girl that you like will fight you. Why? Because the girl that you like is not like the girl that likes you. If Pap heard that, oh no, he wouldn't have been tolerating none of that foolishness that he was tolerating with Remy. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way. You know what I mean? And on top of that, and I'm not proud of this, but bro, all that slick, wild talking and crazy, getting loud, and that had consequences. Because I used to speak different. My language was like, you know, I might have to take you to the barbershop and give you a haircut if you're a girl of mine getting out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? And I don't condone putting hands on women, because even you run out of game when you doing that. You supposed to pimp with this, not with these. You know what I'm saying? You running out of game if you got to resort to these, because pimping is a non-contact sport. You feel me? I'm just going to play a little bit of, some of the stuff that he was dealing with Rem and Easy the Bop happened. But I wanted to drop put that on your brain one time and lace you with this game. You know what I mean? Lace your brain with some of this incredible and glorious game once again, man. You know, and give you that to all you young men out there. Shoot. Man. Go with the girl that like you, because she'll fight for you. The girl that you like, she gonna fight you. Why? Because the girl that you like ain't like the girl that like you, boy. It's gonna go your way, and it's in order. You know what I'm saying? It's in order. That's the divine order of how it should be. And don't let no women and nobody else tell you any different. That's how it should be. That's how it's supposed to be. Today's society is teaching you to be emasculated. Don't no woman want no man she could play with. She don't respect him. I ain't being with no girl that don't respect me. You know what I'm saying? Number one. Number two is love. Then, we work on trust and, all of that. But anyway, let me play y'all this real quick. I ain't gonna take too long. But let me give y'all an example of some of this. Y'all already know this stuff, but I'm gonna just play it anyway. Yo, check this out.
Saturday is the day that her schedule allows for me to come in. I had been interviewing different attorneys trying to pick the right one. I wanted to get a civilized divorce where we don't have to do none of this clown shit. She never wanted to do that. Just in recent time, she started to claim, when I say recent, I mean past few weeks, she started to claim that, She wanted to get the private divorce. So I said, okay, good. So when she called me the other day, tried to get back with me yesterday, and I declined because she was so mad about Clarissa, so angry because I finally moved on. She see us living our life. She talking about doing something for the gram or doing it for this and that. I'm living my life. I lived over there with you. I tolerated your foolishness and your cheating and your adultery for years and years and years for the sake of my child. Moving on along.
Hold on, Pat. Look, y'all heard what he said? Do y'all think he lying or y'all think she lying? Real talk. I don't think he lying about nothing. You know what I'm saying? She definitely lying. You know what I mean? She got caught lying. Talking about, oh, he wasn't blackmailing me, and then got it on tape. Saying he got her on tape saying that, you know, it's a possibility he blackmailing by exposing what's really going on, pictures and videos of y'all doing whatever y'all do. That's crazy. But anyway, he said he did it for the sake of the children. That's what a lot of dudes do for it. That's what a lot of dudes hang in there for it. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was the villain, you know what I'm saying? I didn't file for no divorce or nothing like that. I said, man, let me just change. You know what I'm saying? But by then it was too late. You know what I mean? It was too late. She had found somebody and moved on. And but I ain't gonna get on here and quote no inaccurate stats, but they say most of the time when it comes to marriages, it's the female, the woman normally is down there at the courthouse trying to get that divorce. You know what I'm saying? But he hanging in there for the kids, you know, for the children, for the sake of the child. Because I told you, he's married to a specific ideology that we were taught. All these vows and stuff, you know, that's cool. That's cool. Getting marriage certificates, I can get into all of that, but I'm not going to get into that right now. This is my first time really doing this. Normally I've been doing it, you know, doing these videos without y'all seeing my face and all that. But now I'm just like being pushed out here to do it because it is what it is. But that's why most of us be doing it. Hold on. Let me let him continue because I really want him to get to the part where he plays this. Watch this.
To y'all of the lame admitting that he's blackmailing her. Now I'm going to play an audio of her telling me that he's blackmailing her. Basically saying, but before I want to play the audio, I want to let y'all know that she's very angry at me because she says that if I would have never knocked him out, none of this would happen. So one of the reasons.
Yo, did y'all hear that? I ain't gonna keep stopping it, but he said that she's mad at him for knocking him out. You know what I'm saying? For knocking him out, putting hands on him. Yo, you know what? I'm glad I stopped there for a second. Any of y'all seen Casino before? Yo, y'all remember Sharon Stone, who played Ginger? Robert De Niro played Sam Rothstein, right? You know, Ginger, played by Sharon Stone, was raised up by a pimp by the name Lester. Lester, I don't know if it was Lester Diamonds, whatever his name was, played by James Woods. So here she is. She married Sam Rothstein. She married Sam Rothstein basically for the money, but her heart belonged to Lester. You know what I'm saying? Her heart and her loyalty belonged to Lester. So she hits up Sam for some money. She meets up with Lester to give him the money that Sam gave her to give to him. And once they met up in the diner or whatever, and he had Nikki Santoro or whatever, played by Joe Pesci, on standby watching the whole thing, ready to put the beats on him. So when you know, she gave him the money, he walked in the diner, slick with his pink suit on, cigarette and all that, sat down next to him, threw out another wad of money and said, take this. is you might as well, you know, take this because I already know you got her the money she gave you. Long story short, he got up, told him, look, you effing my wife or whatever, she ain't yours no more, she mine. Got up, had the boys put the beats on him. You know what she was doing? Crying, mad at him, cussing him out. Even when they got back to the house, she took the car, drove off. That sound like Rem, what she did. Can you believe that? You can't make this up. This really happened. These situations really happened. That's what I thought of when he said that she got mad for him knocking him out. Come on.
Why she has so much animosity towards me is because I knocked him out. I'm letting y'all know that right now. That's one. I'm gonna tell y'all the other two later. Oh, it gets worse. Hold on.
Boy, it get worse.
You wanna be funny? I could be funny too. But I'm gonna be funny with the truth. You lie, you lie, you lie. You had the audacity to come on here and make up a fake story and say, oh, my mother called me.
Hold on. Let me get... Hold on. Let me just get to the video or the audio or whatever. Because I heard Cameron talking about it earlier on It Is What It Is. But hold on.
How y'all ever said, come on, son.
Hold on.
Make up a fake story and say, oh, my mother called me. How y'all ever said, come on, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. First and foremost, you talking about your mother called you about a YouTube video?
Anyway, hold on. Let me get to it.
I would have just clipped him and kept it pushing, but the fact that I seen that the nigga was soft when I ran down him, I said, yeah, this nigga be talking all this gangster shit.
Hold on.
I want y'all to listen to this. Can y'all hear me?
Hold on.
Should I play the lame first? Should I play the lame saying that he the knockout victim, saying that he's blackmailing her? Let me play her admitting it. But she's angry at me because I knocked him out, y'all. Glass Joe, y'all. We call him Glass Joe. Check it out. But listen to her. I want y'all to bear witness to this because out of the whole situation, this was one of the parts that really bothered me. So that's why I reached out to certain fake friends who I thought would be real, like they say they are, and step up. I try to bring it to their attention. Yo, I think she being blackmailed. Do me a favor. Just reach out to her. Don't tell her you spoke to me. I just want to know she's okay. She hasn't seen the baby in days. So I said, damn.
Yo, you could tell he was in it to win it, man. Though he was staying with her, tolerating her, being with Easy the Block Captain, staying out nights with him, he still was concerned whether she was being blackmailed by him or not. Yo, that's just like, that's some Sam Rothstein thing. That's that boy from Casino. Sam Rothstein, man, food and beverage, man. Like, whoa, this is crazy. Come on. Let's get to the... Hold on, let me get to the audio. Hold on. Check this out, y'all.
She lies so much, you don't know what to believe. So I'm like, damn, is she blackmailing? Is he blackmailing her or not? But I want y'all to hear this. Listen to this. She would have been over. He would have been over. You told me to protect him, so I had to still call him before with the nigga to make sure he don't go all the way bad. And I'm not getting tried on both sides by Team Papoose and Team Fuck This Nigga. Team Fuck This Nigga. That's your name, babe, bro. Your name is Team Fuck This Nigga. Hold on. Let's play this again. She would have been over. He would have been over. You told me to protect him, so I had to still call him before with the nigga to make sure he don't go all the way bad. And I'm not getting tried on both sides by Team Papoose and Team Fuck This Nigga. You didn't give a fuck. You didn't fucking care. That is not true. Talking to this nigga. I would have been stopped talking with this nigga. So she's mad at me because I knocked him out. So she's telling me that I knocked him out. I put her in a position where she still had to be cool. But she tell y'all on live, oh, he's this, oh yeah, a man that treat me right, a man that did this and did that. You just said the other day you don't even deal with this lame no more. So We got one audio of him saying that he's blackmailing her. For all y'all who didn't hear it, we got an audio of the lane admitting to blackmailing this woman. Listen to this.
Yeah, well, so far she saying she fuck with me, I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go with that, but
hold on. Let me get to the beginning of this thing again. Let me make sure I get it from the right part, y'all. Bear with me, man. Some bullshit audio. Hold on.
Hold on.
Let me get this right.
Hold on.
We're playing the audio, y'all, of the lane admitting to blackmailing her. He's admitting it.
Yeah, well, so far she saying she fuck with me, I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go with that, but you're right, though. That ain't think it happened? Well, that shit gonna be 3 months, nigga. I don't know how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of her. That shit gonna blow whenever I say it's gonna go. I'm talking about where I'm saying that news of cheating and all of that shit go anytime. It don't matter if it's a week or whatever. Like, the only reason why it's sparking is because you all these shit.
All right, so y'all heard that. Again, we're gonna play her basically saying she's been blackmailed. That's what it sounds like to me. What y'all think?
She would have been over. He would have been over. You put me in a predicament, so I had to still color before with the nigga to make sure he don't go all the way back, and I'm not getting tired on both sides. My team Papoose and team fuck this nigga. You didn't give a fuck. You didn't fucking care.
That is not true.
Talking to this nigga.
That is not true.
Booking.com has all kinds of stays.
Yo, hold on.
Sunny resort. Others.
I would have been stopped talking to this nigga.
Hold on.
You don't fucking care.
That is not true.
Talking to this nigga.
That is not true. I would have been stopped talking to this nigga. So you telling me you got a lame running around here bragging, oh, I'm fucking this wife, oh, the whole shit, right? You got a lame who came in front of me, shook my hand, and which is total disrespect as a man. You sleep with my wife, it is what it is. She chose that. She's an adult. That's not why I knocked you out. I knocked you out because you shook my hand. But he's on audio saying blackmailing you. So which one is it? Which one is it? You've told me numerous times you don't deal with him no more. You want to go on Instagram and say you with your child every day. No,
Hold on. Look, let me stop it right there. And I ain't gonna be long. I'm gonna go over to one more thing and then I'm gonna wrap it up. But check this out. Can you imagine, man? Yo, this ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. Listen to the words within that paragraph. Like, son, can you imagine, bro? No way in hell, on earth, I would have, what? She said, I would have been stopped messing with this nigga had you not done that. You know what I'm saying? Had you not knocked them out. I would have been left. Yo, she sound like a nigga. She sound like a nigga talking like that, yo. I would have been stop effing this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Had you not done that. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even care. You didn't even give a up. You know what I mean? What? Can you imagine, yo? No, Pap. No, son. No. We don't tolerate disrespect like that. You don't see a lot of dudes, they got great careers. They know how to manage money. They're very good at being all these other things, but they are unaware, uninformed of the game and the tenets of being a man. You think he would have tolerated? He didn't even tolerate. The man shook his hand. He said, "That's the reason why I knocked you out, because you shook my hand first." You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I knocked you out, right? So that lets you know he ain't gonna tolerate no disrespect from no man, but you will tolerate, like Samson and Delilah. That you tolerated that. You tolerated that, my nigga. Like where she actually feel comfortable cussing you out on the phone for for cleaning washing him up and folding him up like fresh laundry. She get to cuss you out and say, I would have been stopped messing with him had you not do that. Because you did that, now I gotta stay. What? I gotta stay messing with him to keep it down, so I don't get dragged by Team Papoose and Team F this nigga. What? Nigga, what? You got to be. Hell no, nigga. What? No. No. She wouldn't even feel comfortable saying, like, anyway. Never mind. I'm not saying that to put him down. I'm here to lace your brain with some of this incredible and glorious game. Once again, my man. You dig? So we all can reach that upper level where our mind, body, and soul, where our mind, body, and soul must be one. It's a sacrifice. It takes hard work. It's a way of life. Willie Hutch said, when you got that glow, you know what I mean? You feel this, oh, don't let go. The power of elevation. That's real. That's not just a movie. That's real. This information can lead to elevation. If he was get a hold of this video and he take it in and soak it in, he'll never have a close encounter with a woman like that and tolerate a woman like that ever again in life. I promise you that. She would never even feel comfortable saying that to you. What? Hell no. One more thing. This was super ill. Cause all y'all know everything, what's going on. I'm on a mandate now because this is my first time really, not first time doing this, but this is my first time really, really wholeheartedly doing this. Because people have been encouraging me. Shout out to Nick, she, encouraging me to get out here and do this, man. And start expressing our gifts and talents and stuff and putting them on display and stop waiting for everything to be right. But I'm going to go into one more thing, then I'm going to wrap it up. Because this is crazy. This is crazy. Hold on, Pat. Hold on. And I'm not bashing you women, or nothing like that. I'm on the side of the truth, period. If he was doing this, he would get it too. You know what I'm saying? But this is the truth, man. This is crazy. Wow. I don't know, man. Everybody talking about it, and this is the stuff you got to do as a YouTuber. Stuff that I don't even. I like to rap. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the trending topic. That's why I said, man, the most I had to bring me down to a level because I could use this, my talking point, whatever, to promote what I'm gonna be getting into here soon. You dig? So hold on. Let me get to this. Let me get to this one right here. All right. Now check this out. Hold on. Let me let the ad pass.
We're all strong on this planet.
One more, everybody.
We're a bicycle company.
You never know. Hold on, man. The ads be killing you.
Any way we can to keep us.
Yo, check this out. Check this out. Check this out. I think they just cut right to it. But let me preface it before he begin, and then we're gonna wrap it up. He said earlier that I think there was 2 or 3 reasons why she has so much resentment for him. You know what I mean? And all this venom and vitriol for him. She has this for 2 or 3 reasons. I think this is the second or the third reason. But this is, in his the way he described, is the main reason. Because he found out a secret of hers. But it ain't no real secret. But go ahead. But let me let it play.
Every birthday we celebrate as a family. Okay. Matter of fact, we'll go back further. When she was away, I visited her all the time. I visited her so much that I feel like I know a lot of the people she was locked up with. Because I sat on the visiting floor from 8 in the morning to 3:15 when the visit is over. So through that time, she would just tell me certain situations that was going on in the jail and all of that. Anybody from Bedford Hills, can you please step to the front? Anybody who was in Bedford Hills with her, please step to the front. Okay, moving on along. Visited her all the time, so she told me plenty of stories. So I know these people. She had a friend that she was away with. Right? Okay. Do I want to say this individual's name? Let me just move along with the story. She had a certain individual who she was locked up with. I always heard this person's name. I ain't think nothing of it. Cool. It's her friend. Okay, she's home now. We celebrate all holidays together. If you look down my page, I hate to say this, but it's one of the things that I want y'all to look at. Because when she said about me spending money, you'll see the gifts being bought. You'll see the diamond necklaces and chains being bought when she started the league. Just she want to fabricate and say, oh, he never wanted me to start the league. You see that. You see the Mother's Days. You see the Christmas. You'll see the birthdays. But you know what an ungrateful person says? They downplay that. They downplay that. So
Damn.
the most important part is not the materialistic things, what she seems to keep talking about. Y'all notice that? Every time she's talking about me, it's about materialism and fabricating about money because she thinks that y'all think she's the bigger artist. So she's playing along with that. She thinks that y'all think she rich. This is the same individual who just texted me a screenshot and said, this is how much money I got.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? But moving on along. So, the holiday, this time her birthday comes, she's been home a couple years. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but she informed me, hey, such and such just came home, one of the individuals who she was locked up with. So I said, oh, okay, that's cool. But I remember the name from when she was away. I don't think nothing of it. Oh, this year, we always celebrate our birthdays together. Me, her, and the baby birthday, my birthday, our family. They all come around. It's like, that's how I was raised, so I'm real big on family. So this particular year, she says, I want to have an all-girls party. So I'm like, okay. So you don't want me and the baby to come? All right. No, just my friends, all girls.
Hold on.
I don't want...
Before he continues on, look, I told you, in my opinion, I think he's married to a particular philosophy about family. And it's not a bad thing because, to be honest with you, it's kind of like how it's supposed to be. And it's like pitched to us a lot, you know, via television, TV shows and all of that, how to be with family. It's like a resurgence of that. But yeah, they have traditional, celebrate birthdays together. Here she is now. She wanna go out with a, you know, an all girls thing. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, so you don't want me and the baby to come? Slight red flag, but okay, cool. I'll let you rock with that. But me, you know, let me get into this.
It's strange, but I was like, okay, we usually do it as a family, but this is cool. You want to have it with all girls. So she has the all girls party. I don't go. I falls back.
Which she
the
knew.
friend who's incarcerated comes to the crib. She attends the all girls party, all the friends, cool. After that, we have like a little dinner in the basement or whatever at the crib. So this is the first time I seen homegirl outside of when they was in the penitentiary together. So I see her at the crib. Okay, she stayed for a couple days. She spent the night. Cool. Little activity was a little weird, but I didn't think nothing of that. Moving on along, she comes back to the crib on another occasion. So this time when she comes to visit the crib, every night when it's time to go to bed, she's telling me, oh, I'm gonna go sleep in the guest room with such and such. I don't even want to say this individual name, because I ain't gonna try to give her no clout. She's a extreme clout chaser. So I don't even want to say her name. So She tells me, I'm going to sleep in the guest room with such and such. I said, okay, that's cool. I sleep in the room by myself. Big ass crib, big ass room, everything. You know what I'm saying? All everything that I bought through the whole crib, all the utilities in my name. That's another story, but she fabricated. Moving on along, that's documented too, because I've been paying it out the same account for over 15 years, whatever, or more. Moving on along, I sleep in the room by myself. I don't think nothing of it. Next day, same thing. I said, damn, babe, you sleeping in there again? She like, yeah, I'm saying, what's such and such, right? I said, all right, cool. Anybody in Bedford Hills, can you please step to the front? So, now I'm like, damn, this shit weird. The hell? You feel me? So at this time, I try to be intimate. I'm keeping it 100 with you. I try to be intimate with her. And she came in the bed with me. She hugged me, kissed me, the whole thing. And at this time, I'm trying to be intimate with her. When it's time to go down, she slipped out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. After she do that, she go back to sleep in the room with homegirl this particular night. I said, something is fishy here.
Hold on.
I ain't no rocket science.
Hold on. Y'all clarify to me in the comments section if y'all get a chance, man. What slip out of it mean? What does it mean? What do it mean she slipped out of it? Like, did she mentally slip out of it? Like, have a Matrix moment, like, and all of a sudden, like, you ever see The Devil's Advocate where he was having sex with the girl? Keanu Reeves was having sex with the girl, and he's having sex with his wife, Charlize Theron, and then it switches to Connie Nielsen, I think that's her name, and they kept switching. Is that the slip out, like, or did she slip out, or like while he had it in? What does that mean, yo? Just what that mean, but what does that mean? But come on, hold on.
She do that, she go back to sleep in the room with homegirl this particular night. I said, something is fishy here. I said, I ain't no rocket scientist, but this ain't add up. You feel me? So, I said, damn, something wrong, something ain't right here. So one time, I had to go do something. I had to go handle some business. So I go handle business. I come back in the crib. It's a big ass crib, and they got like a long walkway to get to our bedroom. It's like a long walkway, and then on the other side is the other rooms. So I come in the crib. As soon as I walk in, I look down towards our bedroom. I see my daughter in our room by herself. I said, yo, what the heck? Where the hell she at? So I go up the other side, and when I tell you this is a big cliff, so it's a long walkway. I go to the other side. I go in the room. She in the bed. I don't see homegirl though. It's like she booked it or something when I came. But I see a whole plate, peanuts, cashew, all these type of raisins all laid out. But my daughter in the room by herself. So I said, yo, why the baby in the room by herself? She made some bullshit excuse. Extreme liar. You never seen a liar like this in your life. I said, where homegirl at? She didn't even answer that. It was just like a weird answer. I pushed past that. Moving on along. I hate to say this, y'all. I hate to say this.
Come on with it.
But you want to know why she started having so much animosity towards me?
Why,
Because
Pat?
I ended up finding out the truth, y'all. And I'm not saying this because it's a bad thing, but I'm saying this because, when I say not a bad thing, because I don't judge people who live that lifestyle. But she has done a lot of bashing towards people who live that lifestyle and talk so bad about them and say so many foul things about them that it hurted her so bad that I knew the truth. So on another day, I caught her.
There is no limitation. We won't challenge completely.
With this individual in our house. up catching it. Now, this individual is a female. So I can't do nothing to her. I don't put my hands on females. Y'all want to know what I did? I told the individual, I said, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to be honest. I didn't put my hands on her because I'm not going to do that. I don't hit women. But I told her to get out. I said, get the out. Because I feel very disrespected that took place in my house while my daughter was right there on the bed. And you know what she did? Blame me. Said it wasn't true. Said my ears deceived me. My eyes deceived me. Which goes back to what I was telling y'all earlier. She's the type of person who will say something to you, and 10 to 5 minutes later, she'll say, I didn't say that. Straight bipolar. Straight bipolar. Was diagnosed with it. So ever since I caught that, she resented me. She had a lot of animosity towards me because I knew the truth. When you find out the truth about a person, they will despise you. I want y'all to know that. So for her to have me shake a dude's hand and sleep with him, it was nothing after that. Because she had it all against me. She had all the animosity in the world against me. Why? Because she knows I know the truth. And it's not even something that I judge. Like I said, I don't judge nobody who lived that lifestyle. I do think it was very disgusting that it took place in the house while my daughter was in the bed. I thought that was very disgusting.
Whoa.
And I'm telling y'all this because I know a lot of people think, damn, what that did, what he did, he must have did something. In the normal world, with logical people, civilized people, yes, not with her. So that whole rant about, oh, if a person has everything, a good husband, supportive, and this, that, and the third, and support you financially, why would they cheat? Because that's you. You're ungrateful. You're a backstabber. So a normal person, yes, that would be true, but not with you. Don't play that card. Don't play that card. Like I said, she's currently angry at her whole family because they still love me.
All right, let me stop it right there. I ain't telling y'all nothing y'all ain't heard already. I ain't played that, nothing y'all ain't saw about probably a gazillion times already. I'm just here to put some paint where it ain't and say what the rest of them content creators just can't, you dig? Yo. How many of y'all remember this? Back in the day. Before I finish, I'm about to wrap it up. How many of y'all remember this? This is a long time ago. I think this is even before they got together. Oh, they probably scrubbed it then. They probably scrubbed it. Hold on. How many of y'all remember this? Back in the day, and then I'm see, I'm like, you can tell I'm just like, this girl actually said this, right? It's so smothered now, you could barely find it. You could barely find it. I thought I was going to be able to find this. They probably scrubbed this off the internet, bro. Hold on. I'm going to try to Google it, and then if I can't find it, I'm just going to tell y'all what it is. Hold on. I'm just going to tell y'all what it is, but a lot of y'all probably know where I'm going. Oh, shoot. They got rid of that. They got rid of it. They had to have, Hold on. My bad, y'all. This was a long time ago. This was a long time ago. So I can't find it. They scrubbed it. How many of y'all remember? How many of y'all remember this? There was a girl. She was like dressed in a hoodie, you know, from the Bronx. She was like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? She was talking like a dude and everything. She was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I mean, I used to slide with Remy Ma. That was me. You know what I'm saying? I used to hit that. You know what I'm saying? And then she said, yeah. Then she called Rem on the phone and said, yo, Rem, why you curving me and all of that? She was a dykish looking girl, but she was cute in the face, you know. And she called her, and then Rem answered the phone. That lets you know she had her number. And she was like, yo, what's up? What's up? You know what I'm saying? Basically trying to holler at her. Rem was like, look, ma, I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? And blah, blah, blah. And banged the phone on her. How many of y'all remember that? This is what we be saying about, like, some people are saying this about Pap. Like, Pap, you didn't see that? You never saw that? I saw that back then. You know what I'm saying? I remember back when Freeze, they used to have the Sub-Zero channel or whatever, Sub-Zero DVDs and all that. He came up there with you, K-Slay, and Rem asked what y'all was dealing with each other, and y'all wasn't dealing with each other at the time, but we could pretty much see where it was going and why people were saying that. You know what I mean? Y'all got close, but man, I'm just gonna put it like this. I'm gonna end it right there. Look, man, I'm ending it like this, man. Y'all be careful out here. What I'm doing now is basically using this as like a teachable moment to listen, man. You have to understand that there's such a thing as good women and there's such a thing as bad women out here. And you have to be more selective. And in order to do that, you have to first value yourself. Get in touch with yourself and get in touch with some of this game. You know what I'm saying? Get in touch with some of this game and let this game interior decorate your brain, man. That way you can begin to go down and discover what the tenets of manhood is, and to begin to have borders, parameters of things that will protect you and isolate and not isolate you, but insulate you from getting into relationships, situationships that lead to separationships. Now they're in the expirationship, waiting for it to expire with the divorce papers. You know what I'm saying? Them papers don't mean nothing. Y'all already know them papers, you know. We used to jump over a broom. Them papers don't mean nothing. You got married. Y'all think y'all got married before God? You got married before the state, you dig? So, you know what I'm saying? Much blessings to Remy Ma. Much blessings to Papoose. Much blessings to Clarissa Shields. But this is why this went, you know, viral, and it took off and blazed like an inferno. So, but y'all be careful out there, you young ladies, you young men, getting involved with people. And this, I hate this word because they trying to run this word in the ground, narcissism, but it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's real. But when you a man and you start learning how to be a man, you start to value yourself and make daily deposits of love in yourself. Pray, meditate, pray to the Most High, meditate, engage in affirmations. These are the things that, and I don't do them every day. I'm guilty of not doing them every day. But now, you know, I'm making a change, because I'm realizing that you gotta do these things, man. If you don't, you could be taken advantage of out here, man. So I hope this blessed y'all. You know what I mean? Let this be a lesson. Shout out to Pap, shout out to Rem, even Easy the Block Captain, Clarissa. You know what I'm saying? It does look like a whole big mess, but we can flip it and learn something on it. You know what I'm saying? And to reach the upper level, your mind, body, and soul must be one. You're right. You know what I mean? This is Guess Who, the reluctant YouTuber, signing off. You know what I'm saying? Lacing your brain with some of this incredible and glorious game. You know what I mean? Y'all have a blast past, wild now, and a greater later. Live the life of your design so you can have a good time for a lifetime. Live the life of his design so your life will be divine for the rest of your lifetime. I'm going to sign out. Love y'all. Peace.